Hello, hello. I am Harry.
I am Bia, and we are Chosen Kin. Woo, 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 woo. Wow, another episode lives to make it to the ether of the internet. How are you feeling, Harry?
Another episode is making it in. I am excited. I am thrilled to be back in this, virtual space with you, even though we were just together last weekend.
Barely. We're going to get into that.
What are we getting into? Please tell the class.
I'm going to tell the class. Harry and I did a really cool thing. Can I go into the deeds?
You can go into it. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. We did a photo shoot. Honestly, the photo, again, my back is a bridge. Shout out to Gloria and Dulce, because by trial and by fire, that photo shoot happened. When I tell you I've been all around the world and and I might have found my baby. Might have.
I love that.
Okay. And this is where, you see, Harry ruins it just with everybody else in my life. I don't need the, oh my God. No comment, nothing. Until there's never mind, let me not get into my mess, child. Anyway, so we did a photo shoot. Harry came to Atlanta. How long has it been since you've been in Atlanta?
I haven't been since January.
Since January. That's a big detail. And Harry, let me tell you something. Atlanta is Harry's fucking city. You would think that Harry lives here. Harry needs to move here. Harry does. Harry does need to move here. But I'm going to give Harry some time and spaciousness for life to work itself out. So Harry gets here on a Thursday. Our photo shoot is on a Saturday. Myself being like, Chosen Kin bonding time. I would love for us to get together and spend some intentional time together. As people to people. That's basically what I say over text. Harry gets here.
That's what you said over text? Those were your words over text?
I'm summarizing my intention and the text.
Okay.
So if those words weren't there, it was there, ho. Okay. In intention. Okay? So it talks about story, and that's the thing. That's the thing about you.
My apologies. It's the man in me.
There is something about Harry. So Harry gets here Thursday. We didn't have plans for Thursday. We had plans for Friday. I didn't really talk to Harry too much on Thursday, but by the time I was asking Harry about okay, you going to this, you going to that. I sent them the flyer, we should go here. We have something special coming down the line, and it happened to overlap. So I was like, yeah, we should check this place out because of X thing. And Harry is like, and mind you, I asked Harry to reserve Friday the evening of Friday, because I know Harry got, clubs to be in, dates to be on. I know it's been a while since Harry been back in his city. He needed to have some time. Child. So when I text Harry talking about something, I'm going to Dustin Ross's comedy show tonight. So maybe I should meet you there. I'm just a girl. I don't just meet nobody nowhere. We pregame together. We go out together. We get wasted. Then we get some food together, and then we get ourselves home. That's my trajectory as a party friend. Okay. Yeah. And that's just what the girlies do. And that's what you do too, but not with me.
What had happened was I was with my other friend who lives in Atlanta, and we saw the ad. And I like Dustin Ross. I'm not gonna pretend. I think he's funny. I like my black.
Love Dustin Ross.
Love my black gay people
at all. Shade to Harry.
And I was like, I want to see. When will I get to see Dustin Ross? Is not gonna come to Minneapolis to do anything. I know that unless I bring him for a Culture of Color thing, I don't think he's gonna come. I said, okay, fine. Let me go check out Dustin Ross City Winery in my head. But the only times also, they had 6:30. I wasn't going to do 6:30. And they had 10 p.m. So it's the timing was a little, it was crazy. And then we went. And then immediately after, we went to the spot where we were supposed to meet up with Bia.
Don't do that. I know exactly what you're about to say.
We did.
No, we did not.
We went. Well,
you went, but we did not meet up.
Well, we didn't get up
because Harry gonna try to spin the story by saying what happened after that. But the thing is, so yeah, Harry went to this comedy show. Cool. But the thing is that y'all don't know about Harry, and I feel like a lot of tourists, any side quest becomes priority. Harry will go to a museum impromptu. Will go to a concert impromptu. Will go to a play impromptu. Anything. Harry stays at any sort of like creative events, show, anything. So it didn't shock me that Harry was like, I'm going to go see this. Because Harry could be like, I'm about to go see the Opera of Cats tomorrow. And I'd be like, of course you are.
Yes.
Of fucking course.
Because I was in Atlanta, I saw an ad for Puppo's, the play that was on Broadway that I actually saw on Broadway. I was like, oh, Alliance Theater is doing Puppo's. So I bought a ticket. So I'm going to see them during Black Pride. You know, why not? Why not?
See,
you know?
Exhibit A. A cultured queen. We love it. We do love it. But at the same time, and I'm just saying all this to say, that's one example. I was like, and the thing is, the plans that I asked Harry about beforehand, before I changed them to the suggestion I had, I was like, let's go to Bulldogs. Harry was like, I went to Bulldogs last night. I was like, well, fuck. If we can't go to Bulldogs, where the fuck can we go? That's how I felt. And so I was like, what about Felix? We tried to go to, but then we had
we were going to go to Felix.
We were.
Was it Felix or Friends?
Felix.
Yeah, oh yeah. We were going to go there.
We could have went to both.
But you wanted to go to the party at Waiting Room.
Yes, for a very special reason.
Yes. And I accepted, you know. But
then you did go, and I was not there.
Yes.
And that's because I had to go with the girlies, and the girlies be late. The girlies be late. The girlies want to smoke. The girlies want to drink and have a little pregame and catch up and talk. And then my homegirl, she got a pole in her house now. So we was on that thing. And she got a projector in front of it. So we really felt like bad. It gave bad bitch. Like, I took one pole class. It did not give P-Valley. It gave like P-Valley audition maybe, but like I did not get in. So
the valley where the girls get naked.
That shit ain't coming back.
See, I'm gonna be so. I love Kateri Hall. I love her as a playwright. I love her as a showrunner. I love her down. You know, so I'm gonna root for my girl and believe that she has our best interest at heart. And so I know it's gonna come back soon. I know.
They
I'm
said
confident.
this year, but we're sitting at August.
The year we got September, October, November, December. 4. You gotta trust and believe.
You're sitting in a place of optimism today. We like that.
Shout out to. But apart from our Chosen King photo shoot, what have you been doing, Bia?
I had a work trip to Chicago this week. My boo happened to be in Chicago as well. Harry also met the boo, y'all, and asked if we damn near are gonna get married soon, or like everyone that encounters us is like, so how long y'all been together? I look at them, they look at me. Because we not yet. But yeah, I went to Chicago for a few days, worked from there, had a work meeting as well. And Chicago actually won me over this trip. Chicago won me over. The food is so good. We caught the tail end of All-Star B&B weekend. And when I tell you, I didn't think I was. I got there Sunday night. My boo got there Sunday morning. And we like walk around like after or before dinner or something like that. And we like see this like gay ass party. We see some girl cussing out a stud in the car. Like she like, girl, fuck you. I'm like going in. Like I love a backdrop to a party. You know, like it'd be that the other people smoking outside, other studs and femmes smoking outside. Then the party itself got a little banner in front of saying All-Star Weekend. And then you see the contingent of older dykes and lesbians that have paved the way. Shout out to y'all. Y'all the reason why. So it was very cute. It was very, very cute. We didn't go in the event because hopping off of a plane was not giving events.
That's fair.
It was not. But we looked around. Like there were, girlies in the hotel. I said, oh, hey, what's up? I need to go to All-Star Weekend next year. I feel like I need to. I like sports. The fuck? Yeah, I would go. I love a basketball, a WNBA basketball game. I went to one with our mutual friend Oluchi. Shout out to Oluchi. The weekend that you were here, actually.
Oluchi was in Atlanta that weekend? No.
Maybe my worlds are colliding. My worlds might be colliding. We went to see The Dream versus The Sky. And Angel Reese is on The Dream now. So the girlies love a little basketball game.
The names are so interesting. The Dream, The Sky. So, but I welcome
The Valkyrie.
I would always go to a WNBA game for sure. So I'm not even hating. I just find it very interesting.
No one thinks you're hating on the WNBA. You always think that you're such a harsh critic, and it's like the lightest touch. Meanwhile, I'm like, fuck, forget them, leave them in the past. Burn that bridge.
I'm sure I'm gonna do that in this episode. I can already see it coming. There's gonna be a lot.
I need that from you. And the viewers need it from you because
I'll try.
Love to see it. How are you, Harry? How's life? How's things going?
Life is
Post
good.
Atlanta, post travels.
Post Atlanta, I had the week off of work, and so of my main 9 to 5, and so I was able to relax and do some things. Did I do all the things I was supposed to do? No, because I was just like, I just want to be in this bed, you know. But I was able to get some things done. I hadn't done an Odejuma episode because I was in Atlanta. No, I was in Indianapolis actually, because I went to Indianapolis and then I went to Atlanta afterwards, and so I didn't put out Odejuma, so I did that this week. Good episode, check it out if you haven't. And then yeah, just been chilling.
You were supposed to go to New York.
I was supposed. Oh my god!
Why? Why were you supposed to go to New York, Harry?
We got to talk about that on this podcast today, but I will give an update at some point. Yes, I wanted to go to New York after Atlanta, but yes, but I'm also kind of happy that I came home. I needed to be at home. I needed to rest and catch my breath. I forget when I was out when I used to work on my former job. We used to travel very often, and I didn't realize how intense that was to hop on a plane, do the thing, come back. It's just really a lot, and so yeah. And now you're doing that, so all the best to you.
Honestly. But you caught a rhythm when you were like traveling all the time. And your miles, babes, Delta told me the other day I'm gold medallion. I said, might like that.
Shout out to
But
Gold.
also, shout out to gold.
What you need is platinum, though. You need to get to platinum.
I need platinum or diamond.
Diamond, you
What's
need
the
to
highest?
spend a bunch. I think diamond is the highest. I think. Let's try for platinum, because I've gotten into platinum once and it was a really great feeling. I don't know if I will be there again, but platinum is really good. I'll settle for gold now. If I can get gold, that's fine. But platinum is nice. Silver is just like, you don't really want to be in silver.
No, yeah, I had silver for a minute. It's not hard to have silver.
It doesn't do anything.
Especially if you have a credit card. It's not hard at all.
But yeah, it's good to know that, you're doing good. We're all doing good. Life is great,
By trial, by fire, I'm doing good.
Where did you go last night?
You know how to ask a question, child. My boo's birthday was also this week, so it's been celebrations and things. We had like dinner on their actual birthday. Then we went out to like a little event that was really cute and like retro-y. And then last night they had a birthday party, and I'm a little tired. Because people stay there late and lovingly so. Like, they are so deserving of that. But I don't think me or them expected how late people were going to stay. Like, we had to leave and people was like, all right now. So
Where was the party?
At one of their friends' houses. Like, it was essentially I'm telling all my tea. It was essentially like a vinyl party where that's part of their Sunday rituals, is having a vinyl moment with some wine. So they like replicated that as like a birthday party, and it was so cute. It was so cute.
Did you go with a vinyl?
Yeah, I did. I brought Rapture by Anita Baker. I need to get my vinyls up, because when I tell you that I maybe have 50, my boo has like 400.
Wow.
Yes, and like pulled out, waiting to exhale.
I've been looking for that vinyl. I can't find it anywhere.
When I tell you, they have vinyls that I have only dreamed about.
Waiting to fucking exhale.
My mouth dropped when I saw it. Literally, an original. Yes. They're just like that.
I can't find it anywhere, because that's my favorite soundtrack album of all time.
No, yeah, it's same. I don't know. I think they might have found it like in New York at like a random vinyl shop. Like I don't think they don't even produce them anymore. They should have when the anniversary came up, but they don't be thinking like that. Like, they just don't. It's so aggravating. But that's what I did last night. I am tired. I needed this cup of coffee bad. Harry was like, "Oh, are you hopping on?" I was like, "Yeah, I just need this cup of coffee real bad." And I woke up and I fell back asleep. And I've tried y'all today. My voice don't sound that great. I'm listening to it. It's probably from chain smoking joints. Really?
It sounds good. Yeah, you sound good.
It feels like rocks in my throat a little bit. So,
please,
fuck it.
Don't kill me,
my
please.
Voice, I'm just serious. Like, my back is a bridge, y'all, apparently. People have been trying me this week. I mean, we'll get into it at the end, because I got something for hoes. you know, by proxy of the beautifully grounded questions that Harry has put together for kid lessons. But I got something for you hoes.
I'm very zen. You know, I'm a very
You need
zen.
to unzen yourself. Like, we all should be righteously angry. So y'all see what tone I am on for this episode. Let's hit it. The fuck.
It's like fuck them bitches. Okay. So we're gonna go straight into the zeitgeist. The first one is the list.
In the zeitgeist. We need to do a little like track.
We probably should. That's a good idea. Okay.
Ooh, child, I created my work for myself, y'all.
We need to make like little intros. Okay. We're going to do that. Right. Okay. So the first, one I picked up was 4 years of Renaissance. It's been 4 years since Renaissance was released, 2022. I was in a relationship at the time. I was in a relationship. Yes. It was pretty interesting. I think my ex and I listened to it at the same time. Oh, that was Cowboy Carter. That was with the other ex that lived in Atlanta. But anyways, Renaissance was a good time. Great memory.
I think that was the same time. I think
when with the Atlanta ex.
I think yes. I think y'all were in a relationship then.
No, that was Cowboy Carter. That was 2024.
Excuse me.
2022 was a different ex.
Didn't know that one.
Yeah, it was a good time.
You should send me a picture.
I got you. I'll send you a picture. We're still friends.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Continue. I'm sorry.
So, where are the visuals, Bia? How do you feel about not getting the visuals for Renaissance? Are you like over it, or you're just like? I know she says we're the visuals and whatnot, but
I want what she wants to give us, so I kind of don't give a fuck. 4 years of Renaissance, we might get these visuals. 15 years of Renaissance, like when people actually like when she finds it. So like whatever, it doesn't matter now. I think her and Blue have decided that it wasn't hitting it. I'm sure it hits for us, but it probably didn't hit for her because she would have been dropped visuals, like absolutely. And I think she was up on that stage and was like, y'all are the visuals, impromptu. Like I don't know if she actually thought that we were the visuals until she was like, fuck, shit, like y'all are the damn visuals. Like what the fuck? Y'all came in all this get up, y'all sparkly and shit, y'all wearing spandex, y'all look a little dominatrixy. That's not really the dress code, babes, but y'all are the fucking visuals. Like that's what it gave to me. Like, damn, like you want visuals so fucking bad. I've given you visuals all my life.
All her life she's giving us visuals. Mm-hmm. I don't really mind. I could do without the visuals. I need the film.
Same.
Yeah, I need the film. I need to relive that concert again.
You need to relive it because the girls want the visuals. I feel like, how would you rank it? I think they want the film and then the visuals. Like at this point, they're like, okay, the visuals may not be happening. We see little spurts of it, but I do think people want the film more than and the film was great. It was, but I don't know why it's keeping y'all up late at night. Tell me more, Harry, because I don't get it. Low key, I get it, but I don't.
You don't get the film?
No, I don't get why people want it so bad still.
I think that it's just because there was something about the Renaissance, and I think this is a good segue to favorite moments from that era. I think my favorite moment from that era was actually the tour. I feel like the tour, the production value, and I guess even with Cowboy Carter, I think she upped it up. But there was something magical about, hearing please without the alarm, remain calm, and her coming down and going to sleep, like all these really cool moments, at the tour. It was such a great time. Remember, the first time we saw Blue walk on that stage, giving us a little 1-2-1-2, and seeing her improve throughout the performances. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like there were just so many moments, and like you said, people were dressing up in their chrome and their silver. There's a guy that just had his cheeks out in Minneapolis, but that's neither here nor there. But
you did?
No, there's a guy. Some guy had his cheeks out. He wore like a jock strap with like I don't know if it was a jock strap per se. I think it was a jock strap, but like his cheeks were out. And then he wore like what do they call the thing? The cowboy things.
The chaps.
Yes, he wore the chaps, but he wore them. It wasn't Cowboy Carter then, so he wore them like sparkly with the chrome hat with the things that fall on, and like a bodysuit.
He must have left a mark on you. You still think about that man?
No, he did not. I just remember his outfits because he was prancing around the stadium in his with his what did Kenyamor say with his coochie crack. That's what he was doing. That's why I remember I was not, losing sleep over this man. I didn't do that.
I'm screaming. I would say like favorite memories of my own. So I did have an ex at the time that I'm not gonna go too much into it because we are definitely no contact. I had an ex at the time, like during that era. I went to see Renaissance, I think like 3 times. I saw it one of the nights. It's like, you bitches could never see Renaissance on your birthday in Houston with Beyonce bringing out Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all hosts could fucking never.
Wow.
Like, it was iconic. I may not partaked in some drugs and had a gender euphoric experience. And I was forever changed by that moment. I was. But I feel like my favorite moments, I'm such a music girl. Like, I came from theater background. I'm classically trained in opera. If folks did not, well, they probably don't know because I haven't said it. And despite my voice sounding like gravel right now, I'm classically trained in opera and sang for a large part of my life. It's something that I'm still trying to do by trial and by fire to create more music. But the arrangements, that's always something that's gonna like stay with me forever. The arrangements especially with what's that song? I'm blanking because I'm hungover, but what's that one song?
When did she perform it?
She was like on the bed.
Plastic of the Sofa?
Yes.
Or Virgo's
Was
Groove?
it either one of those? Virgo's Groove or Plastic Off the
Virgo's Groove.
And then she did the renditions of different songs, like with Speechless and Signs, like that I still think about as I fall asleep at times. And I'm like, fuck, that bitch is talented. Like, who the fuck thinks about like adding in oh, she's talented. So that's a moment for me, always and forever. I think, of course, like the opening of the show, people don't talk about how people do talk about how the opening of the show is like, she's the opener. Talking about like, I'm that girl, and that dance sequence every time. I remember seeing it and being like, I like seeing like literally feel like Stan of a Stan. And then along with her like starting Dangerously in Love, like all of that. I just 4 years of Renaissance.
Did she go on the stage?
Yes.
I don't remember.
One of those. Yes, I believe so.
And then she comes up from the stage. Oh God, that was such a good performance. Oh, such a good performance.
Beyonce. She could sell tickets for that today. Because we're going to get into it later, but it's I was pushing them together. It's a recession indicator that these hoes are taking tours for no random reason other than anniversary. And y'all buying the tickets. So I'm not too much on y'all, not too much on what y'all want to go to. But she could run another tour today. Same exact show, same dancer at all. And the people who wish they went to Renaissance, because I hear all the time, they're like, I wish I would have went. And I'm like, yeah, you're dumb. You're stupid.
Yeah, you missed out.
And we told you were stupid. You missed out and you will never get that again, bitch. Yeah. But I think she could really drop tickets today and people be like, yes, actually, give me 2 of them. Like, give me 3 of them. I think so. But again, that'll be a recession indicator, her running the same show again. But we would pay to see it. And to see her and Blue.
Yeah. Pay to see her and Blue do it again. Yeah, it was such a great era, such a great time. I think because I saw Renaissance once, that's the reason why I saw Cowboy Carter twice. Because my ex was like, you have to see Beyonce more than once. And so.
Yes, I'm glad you did that. And I'm sure you were like, you're right. Because the sets be different. Like in general, not like the actual physical set, but like her set lists also will be different based off of location. Yeah, your ex was right.
I was
about
forever
that
changed. Forever changed.
Wicked.
On to Real Housewives of Atlanta. How you feeling about Atlanta this season?
I believe I'm all caught up. I am unsure how I feel about the season. The reunion is going to save the season. And I hate when that happens with Real Housewives in general, not just of Atlanta. It's like, now we got to get all the meat in the actual reunion because y'all bitches don't want to talk to each other on camera. It's like, I think that's the thing for me is that it got to be the face-to-face. Susie from Ohio said, "Hey, Michelle, why are you such a bitch?" Like, and then it'd be like, I hate that shit. And Andy knows what to say and and it really don't be Susie from Ohio. And they be clocking it. They be like, is this Susie from Ohio or is this Andy from New York? Like, I am trying to. I feel gaslit. I don't know if the audience does. I feel gaslit about this whole Shamia versus Portia thing because I do think Shamia hit low, but I also think Portia is doing the thing where she is not directly confronting conflict at this point in her life because it will get ugly. I think it's like for self-preservation reasons, but still it's like.
And it shows growth, you know. I'm not gonna have.
It shows growth.
I'm not gonna roll. What did Mariah say in Married to Medicine? I'm not gonna step up my chariots and something. You know, she's not gonna roll in the mud with Shamia. You know, and it's not like I don't say that to say I'm team either or. I think I like both of them. I like Portia. I like Shamia. It was just very ugly to bring that up out of nowhere, like out of nowhere. Just say that. Oh, your mother tried to blah 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 my dad. I'm just like, girl, we are trying to have charcuterie. Okay, we're having dinner. But still, I'm like, it came out of left field. There was no need.
Literally.
No need and no reason for that. That just put a damper on the season for me. Like, it's just a weird season. And Shamia, I'll be surprised if she comes back next season. I'll be surprised.
I would not be surprised. This is all... according to her, after Angela tried to ruin her reputation with the NBA and the Hogs, among other things, it's like, are you fucking George? And, you know, I think she's coming back. This is what she has. And she can't like cower post a really tough season like this, you know?
Well, I think they will fire her. I think she wants to come back.
You think?
I feel like she's wanted to be a housewife for a long time.
Yes.
But I think she would want to come back. I don't think she's going to quit. However, I don't feel like she is in a good dynamic with any of the ladies on the show. Her only friend is Kelly.
Yeah. Even with K. Michelle, she's not in a good space.
Sorry?
Even with K. Michelle, she's not in a good space. But K. Michelle is not. K. Michelle, child.
Yeah. And so it's like, I don't see how you would come back to this show. It's just going to be weird. It's going to be weird. And it happened in Potomac with Candace and Wendy versus everybody. And we saw how those seasons went, right? That they had
Candace left, and then Wendy had to reconcile.
Yes.
To have actual Yeah. No,
you're right. So it's like, I don't know how that is going to work in Atlanta. I think, and they're going to choose Portia over Shamia. They're not going to be like, oh, Portia should leave, Shamia should stay. That, you know, that's not going to happen.
And that's not going to happen. And I think I saw Portia's sister actually dropped on Threads like a sequence of like pictures of Portia with her taglines and like just her growth. Like it's undebatable that Portia, one, is like one of the most gorgeous housewives to ever be on Housewives generally across the board. Two, that she hasn't been transparent about her life in all the iterations. Like her life has actually carried some seasons, to be honest, to the point where she's had spinoffs and this and that and da-da-da-da. So I think the network is so invested in Portia because she has been invested in the show. Even when she wasn't even on, like people were like, Portia needs to come back. And they were like, yeah. And every time Portia, it don't matter. She works. She's working. And I think you can see, you can see the support that she has by the network from that little like squabble she had with Kelly. Well, squabble was a lot, but like interaction she had with Kelly at that dinner table at Phaedra's like wellness event. Like when I tell you production, they saw like the little cues when they saw the glass, they know Portia don't like stuff in her face. They swooped in, child. Like it feels like a very bi-directional relationship between Portia and the network at this point, that they are protecting their asset because they've been working so hard together. And also Portia, one thing that will help you stay on a network like Bravo and whatever, is it Truly in the production company, is like when you actually try to mend the relationships with the girls in the group. Portia has had issues with Drew. Portia the other day was on a TikTok live or Instagram live selling hair for Drew's collection. Like, you know, Portia is able to come back from things. Even K. Michelle in the most recent episodes, and Portia had a little double date. Like, Portia's able to put things to the side as long as it doesn't go so low. And I think Shamia went so low. And because I'm like, what is the actual problem for you to mention that? Like, I think that's what people aren't on Shamia's side is like, what is the issue for you to actually bring that up? You know, like, because we're not getting to the meat of y'all's issue. We're getting to the history of y'all's family and things that's clearly impacting y'all's relationship, but for you and not for Portia. You know, like, your mama must be like, yeah, you know that bitch Jezebel. Well, we did see K. Michelle said that.
And then reunion
her mama called. Yeah. She did say She was like, I'm not. What did K Michelle say? She was like, I'm my mama not in a hookah lounge talking about blessings and tithes and offerings and then calling her Jezebel. And she and of course, who is
Jezebel.
no, literally, of course, Portia. Who is Jezebel? Who? Me?
You know they're Christian women. You dare not call a Christian woman a Jezebel. That's like
Even
calling
though
her a child of Satan, you know?
exactly. That's literally calling them a child of Satan. And just because you know who people have slept with because they're public figures does not make them a slut or a whore. And also, stop slut shaming. Because, you know, right before that, the clip, K. Michelle was like, close your glory hole. And I was like, a glory hole is terrible to say. You gonna say somebody got a glory hole? That's why she hasn't been speaking on the show itself. So the reunion, y'all getting the best of K. Michelle, like Anthony Hamilton said.
That reunion trailer fed my soul. I was like, give me this reunion today.
Literally.
Who do you think is winning from the reunion clips? Who do you think is like killing it? I think Shamia's gonna get eat up though. I think they're gonna eat her.
Shamia's gonna get ate up. She looks gorgeous. She looks amazing. She always looks amazing. That's never the thing because she has money. It's never the thing. But Angela, that clip with Angela and Kelly where Kelly's like, you're a golden retriever. Angela said, you have teeth, but you have no home and you're broke.
She said
you're poor.
She said you got new teeth and no place to sleep, you broke bitch.
Because $75K on some teeth by Jarvis.
Like,
and Jarvis, his hands were ashy. And when he would appear, did y'all see his hands? His hands were ashy as fuck with that motorcycle helmet on. The parts that we can see, Jarvis, you should have greased up. You were on camera. People looking for any hint, and we looking at your ashy ass hands. And we supposed to believe that you paid $75,000 on them set of choppers because that's what they are, choppers.
1,000
on choppers, literally. The fucking, the teeth that you put on your, the teeth that you can wind up and they walk on your desk. It's like that's what it gave. No shade. No, that's the shadiest of shade. But it's the truth. Even Phaedra said, y'all, you paid that much on that much. Okay, on that. Okay, girl.
This brings me to the Carlos King interview with Kelly. First of all, you are shady, because you said maybe this episode should be called That's the Shadiest of Shade. But
me?
Yes. Why did you tag me on Threads and say, is this your leader? I never said.
I said queen.
Whatever. I never said I was a Kelly Potter apologist or Kelly Farrell apologist or whatever her name is. I've never claimed to be her apologist though. I just said that she was good for the show. I never said I was a fan or a stan or whatever.
No, when you say she's good for the show, that sounds like a fan to me.
She's good for I feel like all the ladies are good for the show. Every single one of them are good for the show. Do I think Phaedra should be a friend of? Yes. Do I think Shamia should be a friend of now? Yes. So we need two friends of Phaedra and Shamia. Everybody else should be full-time housewives. But,
But is Kelly your queen? Is the question.
Kelly is not my queen. Kelly is good as an ensemble cast. Now, will I watch a reality show based on Portia's life? Yes. Will I watch a reality show based on Cynthia Bailey's life? Yes. Will I watch a reality show based on Angela's life? Yes. Will I watch a reality show based on Kelly's life? No, I will not.
I'm shocked that you said that.
I would not watch a show based on her life. Because I don't think she would give me anything new.
I don't think she would give me anything new either. And I think it will be stale. Her kids will not be able to be on it. I don't want to see them restaurants in Sandy Springs and Roswell, babes. I don't want to see it. I truly don't.
Like if you're going to give us a reality show based on your life, you have to have an exciting family. And talk about Miss Burrs all you want. People say she's boring and blah, blah, blah. Candy had an exciting. She came with an exciting family. The old lady gang, they were crazy. Well, they're not crazy. God, I respect my elders. They were funny. The old lady gang, they were funny. Her candy cake was shady. Her drama, she was able to bring the people. So, I don't know who's Kelly gonna bring. I don't know.
And this is a side, Candy is actually breaking the internet today and yesterday with her. She said, I'm tired of you, Tamar. I'm pulling out the receipts. And isn't her show Let's Talk About It or something like that? Speak on it. And I have been a Tamar. No, literally. I have been a Tamar apologist for quite some time. And this is really hard for me.
You have? This is interesting.
Because she can sing down. She's always been so talented. And I think I literally have actual tears Like sometimes it's hard to fake it, you know? But my eyes are also watering from all the things
From
of
crying
life.
for Tamar?
No, for being hungover and a light in my face at this time of day. But no shade no shade to our podcast. But it's like, I understand because Tamar is so misunderstood, and I think I relate to the misunderstoodness, but
Tamar is not
even I've
misunderstood,
grown.
Tamar is
She
messy.
was misunderstood like early on, years back. Because I feel like when you're loud and like you come off a particular way, it's easy for people to like scapegoat you as the problem. But at this point, she is a problem. And no matter how well she can sing, and I really just want her to focus on the music. And I hate when I have to tell my faves that, like, just focus on the music, my girl. But you know, she is a Pisces, I think, right? They're special.
I know she's a lot. And and I don't say that in a way that is, like I'm trying to, sometimes when people say you're a lot, they're trying to say it so that can, tame yourself or bring yourself down.
Exactly.
I think she just does a lot.
She does.
Like, that lady, y'all don't like each other.
And there was a point where y'all could have repaired it and kept it, like when they did Big Brother together, like they did reach a point of repair and it went to the side. And when you take it to the internet, when you in somebody's messages talking about how they husband gay or they ex-husband gay and how you saw them on a date. Yeah, she said all that on Speak On It, and it was.
And then she said, I said, come join the prep circus or something like that. And I'm just like, girl, you are an ambassador for a prep.
Gilead. Yeah.
I'm like,
they're like, take it away from her. Take it away. Like now they're calling for her to get stripped. But also, like, you can't say some shit like that. It is homophobia. It's homophobic from coming from like you. If like, one of us were to be like, yeah, you on the prep circuit now. Like, prep is preventative care. Like, also, if y'all want to sponsor the podcast, like, you can. Because we actually believe in preventative care. We love prep. We love prep over here.
I am on prep. Yes, to go.
You are.
Yeah.
I've been like debating it. I've been debating it. I think that's like such a key. It's a hot topic with Black women and femmes of like I have this lovely lesbian like nurse practitioner as my PCP. She's lovely. I was about to say something that actually was not good for her practice, but
this is why I need to move to Atlanta. I need a Black queer primary care provider.
Even if they're not Black and queer, they have like guilt. That's why I was like, I go in there and I tell her my symptoms and like what I'm going through. And I'm like, this is what I believe is happening. And she'd be like, I think so too. Prescription. Or I think so too. Referral. Like, you don't have to do all the roundabout, like, please believe me, like, type shit with regular doctors. And that is a big deal. That's a very big deal. So I'm still debating whether prep is something that I would like to do, and I'm not saying it from a place of homophobia like a lot of Black women have online of like, I don't need prep and da 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 and da da da. Sexuality is a spectrum, babes. I guarantee any man that you laid down with might have been sword fighting at one period in time. So, and also like, you're not that straight as well, but that's a whole other topic too. I don't believe nobody's straight for real, like completely straight. There might be a couple of outliers, but no one's completely straight, whether it be like sexual attraction, romance attraction, whatever. But yeah, I'm still debating if that's what I want, because I already have a cocktail of drugs happening over here.
Yeah, you can do
to add another.
The shots is I'm on the shots. I'm on the
twice a needle. Shot. Oh, it's twice a year.
Yes, so my next shot is in September. Yeah, so I'm on the shot. Okay. And I think that
you getting it right before Pride. Okay.
No, it's gonna be after Pride. But I think, we all have to protect ourselves. Exactly. And it's just a responsible thing to do.
It is.
And nobody is responsible for your sexual health but you. Yeah. And I think that we are in a space where we feel like, oh, we have to like tell people that, oh, you should. I'm like, yes, it's good to disclose and have that conversation in a way that's respectful.
But you can't rely on somebody else's disclosure for your safety. Yes. Exactly. And that's what the girls are missing the plot on, babes. So you girls on Threads, I love you dearly. See ya. We're in solidarity, sister. But that's the key piece, is like taking prep or PEP. I think it's like there's multiple options. It doesn't mean that, something about that person that you're sleeping with. It's actually it's just protective measures for yourself. Stop being so homophobic. Damn. Like, fuck. Like, literally. But then y'all want to lay there for a stud. Like, bitch, get up. Get up, homophobic bitch. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm hungover. The
Yeah.
world is a mess.
We have
Like
gone
I'm
through. We have gone through. We were talking about Kelly. God, I forget her last name. We're talking about Kelly from Real Housewives. We got to Candy, then we got to Tamar, and now we're talking
and then we
about
got to
the homophobos. That's
Yeah.
likely. You know,
Or Doxy Pep.
it's the world of it all. But back to Kelly. Kelly did an interview with
Yeah.
Carlos King, and in her interview, she said, "This is the reason why Bia was asking me if Kelly was my leader or queen or whatever Bia said in
I
that."
tagged you on threads because I
In
was
that
like,
thread, I'm like, come on now. But anyways, Kelly says she set the standard for the girl. She came in her first season and set the standard for the girl for these girls on the show. What are your thoughts?
what did Drew say? A delusional. Well, I sounded like Pinky just now because she actually hit that a little bit. Just a little bit on the show.
I love Pinky.
What season did she come in on?
Season 16, last
16?
season, yeah.
Girl,
She
you
just
got
got
here
there.
last season. But then the thing is like you were barely serving us looks last season. But not out of like, I think her choices with the stylist were interesting. Cause Britt did not look like how Kelly was looking. She was trying to give, but the thing is proportions. Like, I think that also was, she needs to dress more for her body. But again, I'm not here to criticize a black woman for what she's putting on. Minus the white t-shirt that she wore this season.
Tom Ford.
Flash forward, was it from Tom Ford? Like, she did say that, but like, you couldn't get it altered. If you gonna wear a t-shirt, pin it, do something, match it with a little jean, match with a little schoolgirls. I don't fucking know. Like, do something. And then you come on there with the t-shirt, some real coral blush, a red lip, some blue eyeshadow, thinking you're giving, you look like early 2000s strung out Britney Spears. Like you know how they was always trying to get the crotch cam on the girls, like Lindsay and Britney. Like, it looks like you're getting out the Lambo and they're trying to crotch get you. You know, like, it wasn't hitting for what it was hitting for. Like, you can do that when you are an icon, and like Phaedra, Portia, shit, Cynthia could have threw that on, made it work, and we've been like, like, you know, it's just different. Yeah. And I just think Kelly wants to be that girl externally so bad that she is in her delusional mind. She talking about she had horses. She said, I had reindeer on Christmas when I was little. I had this and da-da-da-da. I went to school in Manolo Blahniks. You set the standard. And like, she was like, these girls wasn't hosting no events at Williams and Sonoma. These girls wasn't having no events at Beaumont. What? Like, and then I love how people are actually pulling out the receipts, because I don't think people love to talk trash about like early Real Housewives, but what you can't say is that they was not hitting it. Like, I would say season 2 or 3, most of them women had Birkins. Before, Birkins were like Birkins have always been for the rich community, the well-off community, like the shit. But before it hit mainstream, it's like, ooh, a Birkin. You know, that's just the real of it all. Marlo closed down Phipps Plaza at one point in time for an episode. And like, but then she said, oh yeah, because Marlo is that girl. Yeah, but like, just because you get a store to close down for an afternoon don't make you that girl, babes. You just bought a lot of shit. Like,
Also, you don't have money. Like,
you don't have money.
This is not the time to be, you know, and she was like, oh, I'm not homeless. Don't talk to me like, I'm like that. You have to, there's a level of humility that you need to have considering what you're going through, instead of bragging about what you had. About
Because it's
how
not what you have.
You got married on a yacht, you were on a yacht. Like, I'm like, she's like, I had reindeers for Christmas, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, girl, I don't know.
What you got today? Jarvis and 70,000 chompers in your mouth?
This is the first time Carlos King is doing an interview in his house. I'm just like, usually he went to Shamia's house, he went to Portia's house, he went to Angela Oakley's house. Why is he? Y'all could even do a studio. I'm just like, I don't know.
I feel like Giselle. You don't have a home?
You don't have a home? But, you know.
Or a home that you want people to see. It's like, some people were... So I don't know. Maybe Carlos. I don't think Carlos King said it, but the captions that are on top of these videos are like her riches to rags story. Like, people are calling it that, and I've been like, girl.
He did say I think he mentioned it in the interview, and she's like, no. Because I'm going through a rough patch doesn't mean I don't got it. I'm not poor. I'm not broke. You know.
But you literally had a financial advisor on the show talk about how you overspending. You need to right size your life. Why does your dog have beauty expenses still?
Doesn't she spend $8,500 on clothes every month?
That's what she said, but that seems a little low even for a girl who likes designer. $8,500 on clothes. I don't know what clothes you're getting for $8,500. A month, but that's still not enough for what these prices are designer wise. Like why is she? I see why you have a Tom Ford shirt because that's $500 alone. That's some of your budget, babes. See. These girls are. Shamia's not spending $8,500 on clothes. Shamia's probably spending upwards of like 12 to 15 because that's where the market is. Can you count, girl? Like, cause it don't seem like it. $8,500 on clothes. Rag and Bone has jeans for $500. Like, you know, like True Religion, like they have affordable stuff, but it's just like, girl, what? People can count.
But why is she buying clothes every month though?
Because she's trying to keep up. But again, clothes every month. I definitely probably like buy something every month. But she just be buying pieces. The bitches that buy pieces, the hoes that buy pieces, they don't got no clothes for real. Allegedly. You know, it's like, oh, I bought the set. You said allegedly. People love to buy a little set and then be like, okay, you wore the set, so what you wearing tomorrow? You know, it's like, but you don't have a capsule wardrobe, and that's what it gives. That's what it gives. In your range, I hate a little bulky Range Rover that still costs all this money. They drive around Atlanta all the time. Them Range Rovers bulky. And they look old. Not talking about hers, but I'm talking about them generally. Unless somebody want to buy me a Range Rover that's new and up to date, I'll accept it.
And isn't her? I think it's $2,000. I don't drive, so I don't know how much people spend on their cars. I don't know if $2,000 is an acceptable number or something. But
that's a crazy number for a car note. $2,000 is crazy for a Range Rover. It better be a Maybach, a G-Wagon, maybe. But for a Range Rover, that just is like. And is it even like super packed? Is it like souped up? You know, I don't think so.
Oh.
Allegedly. These are my thoughts.
These are all alleged.
It's not like it's a crime or something to you know. I don't fucking know.
You know, we don't know. We're just starting out. We don't want to get sued. But, you know, that's the thing with Kelly. I think my final housewife question is, who do you want to come back next season? I've shared mine. You haven't shared yours.
Portia. Love me some Angela. I want Angela to come back because Angela is good for television. I do want Drew to come back. I want her to have a nice little life. I want her to have like a comeback arc post-divorce. Like she's finally divorced and I guess she'll talk about that on the reunion. That took fucking forever. Who else I want to come back? Maybe K. Michelle. I kind of want to see her have a comeback. Like first season is always rough, but we getting the most of her from the reunion versus the season. And she has been pretty open with her husband. I do like her dynamic with her husband, and he actually doesn't mind being on the show, which I also love too. I think Kelly for the plot of it all, but I don't want, and maybe Phaedra. I wouldn't mind Phaedra if I think Phaedra is good as like the glue of like help being like a Brit. I didn't make no faces when yours.
She can be a friend of glue, but go ahead.
A friend of glue. Yes, but I do think Phaedra could be, I do think her coming back for another season as like a returning housewife for the second season would be interesting. Would love Cynthia as a friend of, because I know she don't want to do this show for real. She's like, I got other things to do. I would love to spread it out. I actually don't need Shamia as a friend of even. I don't necessarily need her. She's been aggravating to me. But she could be a friend of. I need her to actually make sense.
Friend of who, actually? I don't think
friend of who? Kelly. Friend of Kelly.
If Kelly's a housewife, then she can be a friend of Kelly. But I'm also hearing that because contracts have gone out, apparently. Allegedly, contracts have gone out. And I think that people are saying that she wasn't asked, that Shamia wasn't asked back. And that Kelly was offered a friend of role. So we'll see.
Which makes sense. Because if you can only show us so much of your life, it's like, yeah. And on top of that, you're not really giving us much of anything but crying about this ex-husband for how many... You know, it's not, we don't know much else. Like her businesses are okay. We don't know too much about the family dynamic that can actually film. It's just like, I think what she does the thing about being a housewife is that you have to let them into your life in totality. And I understand the stuff with the ex-husband and like the kids being able to film is rough. But at the same time, there's still life to show. And I'm sure she might have filmed it and it just didn't make the cut. But it feels really contrived. Like it feels very much like curated for this show.
Yeah.
And I just don't.
It's not giving.
I don't know. I'd rather have Cynthia back. Cynthia has Lake Bailey. Let's take us back to Lake Bailey more often, y'all. Even Cynthia is still feeding the girls in this time, unlike her, you know?
Yeah.
So
I agree.
those are the people I want back. Contracts allegedly went out. If Shamia didn't get it, love it. I think she could use a break. And like, she needs to sit with herself more. Cause she quick to apologize and not quick to sit with herself. She quick to apologize to the group for what? Like, even her own friends be like, I'm tired of this girl apologizing. Because if you said it, stand on it. Don't try and clean up the mean girl shit now. Not saying you a mean girl, but like, if you gonna call somebody a slut and everything but a child of God, like, stand on it. Don't apologize the next day and talk about how you really want to get to a better place. Do you? Because the next episode, you cussing them out and saying their mama was swinging the low and high. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. It's just like, and this is the other piece too. If you are into it with Cynthia Bailey, child, something's wrong with you. That's just personally how I feel. Like, if you are into it with Cynthia don't bother nobody, and Cynthia be like asking the right questions. Why shoot Cynthia? Why shoot the messenger? She not even a housewife. Like, and you gonna come for her and say that she not a housewife and she just a friend of? Don't ever in your life come for an original like that who's still holding this show together. Know your place. That's how I feel. You coming for Cynthia? Please. Please.
Cynthia Bailey.
The face.
You know what? Well, yeah, that is Atlanta and it's drama. We'll see what happens at the finale tomorrow and all the things. Okay, to our main convo. We've been really at it.
We've had shit to say.
We've been in it. Okay, yeah. So, we're gonna talk about Amanda Seales for a bit, right? Well, not necessarily Amanda Seales, but the conversation that has come up after all this Amanda Seales thing happened. So for a little bit of backstory, Insecure is going on a 10-year anniversary tour, right?
Recession indicator. Because not saying I love Insecure, but who asked for that? No shade. Who asked for that? A tour? Who asked for it?
To hear the people talk, see, banter with the cast, you don't want to go. I want to go. I want to go to the tour. I can't even lie. If I
was for what? What do you want to go for?
To be with other Insecure fans. I want to go. If I lived in Atlanta, I would go for that tour.
But the thing is like, you go and sit in the audience and watch Issa, Lawrence, Molly, and who else? Natasha Rothwell.
Yeah. What's her name on the show? It's just Kelly on the show, right?
Kelly.
That is so interesting. We're talking about Kelly. It's just Kelly on the show. But yeah, they announced they were going on tour. When they announced it and they showed and they were doing the text thread, I knew Amanda Seales wasn't going to be there. Like, I already knew that Amanda Seales wasn't going to be a part of the tour. They did a video. It was all cute and nice. And then Amanda Seales did a video. I think at first she did a carousel of 10-year anniversary clips and pictures from the show. And then she did a video, we did the Netflix documentary trend. She responded she did her own version of Tiffany not being invited to the tour. And then she also said that, and then people were coming for her like, girl, you dogged this lady out. You said she did not keep you safe at on Club Shay Shay. Why would you expect that she will invite you to this tour?
Among other things.
Among
over
other
the past
things.
few years.
Among other things, yes. You've kind of like shitted her and dogged her. I remember one time on live, she was like, don't mention her name with mine. She like on one TikTok live that she was doing. And then she did a video talking about how she did a course at SUNY Purchase. One thing Amanda Seales is going to do is let you know that she went to school. She will let you know that she's an educated, Black woman. And so she was like, oh, I took a course at SUNY Purchase by Dr. blah, 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 blah. And she said art is a blah, blah, blah. And it leads me to, which in my head doesn't connect to the she was just trying to say words. But she then says, something around that we need to look at things from a place of lack or a place of abundance, right? That a place of lack is Amanda Seales shouldn't be on the show, blah, 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 blah. Or a place of abundance is what remedies, what efforts were made to make sure that Amanda Seales is on the show. So that's the background story of where we are at with the whole thing. If you've been on the internet for the past 2 weeks, the discourse has been going on and on. Like she's been trending constantly, and she just did an interview with Tasha K. So she's constantly in the news, right? However, do you want to comment on that before I ask the questions? Because I can see like you have thoughts. Let me let you comment on that first before I ask my questions.
I just think she's special. I think she's not in a good way. I just think that Amanda Seales is all over the place. She also is modeling recession indicators. I think she knows the more she talks about Issa Rae, Insecure, which is is actually like a cornerstone of Black content, film, TV, that she's gonna get some traction. I think she knows that at this point. I also think she knows, based off of her ascertaining from like discourse online, that people think she's off her rocker. I think from the self-diagnosed ADHD or autism, which one did she say she had?
Autism, yeah.
Oh, that she has autism. It makes more sense for someone to self-diagnose themselves with ADHD than with autism. That's a big jump, babes. But
she's neurodivergent on Tasha K's platform.
Neurodivergent makes sense. People can say that they're neurodivergent, but to say that you're autistic and you haven't been diagnosed and you're like, I looked at the internet, I read some books. Yeah, and then you go to a medical professional and get evaluated. Like, you're actually not, you're not really modeling for Black women and femmes, like, how to approach diagnosis. Like, you're not modeling it, because if the internet is where you can get, I can go on the internet and be like, I got a bump. Do I have mumps? Do I have the measles? You know, like, you're not a medical professional. And the thing is like, that's the thing about knowledge, or excess of knowledge with the internet, is that people want to do WebMD to life. And it's like, girl, you sound ridiculous. Like, go see that lady. Go see a psychiatrist who can actually, because it is such a thing about getting diagnosed in your adulthood. I know many people in my life who've gotten diagnosed with autism in their adulthood. Fine, well, dandy. Nothing, there's no shame around it. But you actually have to go through the right channels to do that. And you're reinforcing the negative perceptions of seeing a doctor in our Black community. Like, you're just reinforcing that. Cause I definitely have some aunties and some people in my life, cousins or whatever, who thinks a certain thing and be well off, you know? And all I can say is go see that person. Go make an appointment. I love you. Make an appointment. That's all you can do. But then when they just so convinced, I'm getting on my little horse about it, but Amanda Seales has proven to be someone who likes attention, who likes to be at the center of discourse, and also likes to be perceived as someone who's like provoking good discourse or smart discourse in a way.
Like
and we're just getting to a revolutionary. Yeah. And that's not you, babes. I think at one point in time, like, she was poised to be on a track to like a Mark Lamont Hill almost, maybe. And that's like but when you just like constantly tear at your own image by talking too much, by blaming everybody, and it's similar with Tamar, like, you know, like how we mentioned earlier in the show, everybody's a problem but you know, their assessment is always leaning towards a victim mentality. It's like, there's only so much, and then you are provoking someone who is not talking to you. Issa is not talking to you. She's not talking about you. She's not even hinting at you. She be on these yachts in Saint Tropez with her husband that we never see, and living life. And now she's about to rack up a whole bunch of money in a terrible economy around a show that she created that then probably will stir up more pots of money. And you're talking about how you wish you would be there. Girl, why you think you're not there? It's clear as day to all of us, but you, apparently. Literally.
But that's a lack mindset. She said, think from an abundance mindset. That why did they not work towards making things right?
That's not an abundance mindset.
I think that kind of
delusional mindset.
Shout out
after everything.
But I think that kind of brings me to like my question around, like, you know, in situations when a relationship is strained, right? Or you've burnt a bridge, right? Do you still expect the other person to build the bridge back so you can walk through it? If you strain a relationship, what is a fair expectation around future collaboration? If it's like you are working together, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Is there a world where, because people are talking about, I think someone did a video and said, which is so interesting. The person did a video and said something around, is Amanda not getting an invite is violence?
Someone said that's violence? Okay.
I'm paraphrasing, but someone said something like that.
Essentially, okay.
And then the person made a video like 2 days ago that Amanda Seales blocked him.
She blocked him because he said he was advocating for her?
No, I don't know. I'll send you the video.
It was a slippery slope.
After the video, after the episode. But yeah, I think that, is there an expectation that people should have. That, okay, fine, we have, we have fallen out. I've called you everything but a child of God. But you know what? We're still going to work together. You know what? We're still going to do things together, right? Is there like a fair expectation that we should have that as well?
Absolutely not. If we aren't even in good relationship, why should we work together? Because how you think that relationship's gonna pan out? Like, if we don't have a good foundation already and we're not even on speaking terms, why you think I want to get on a stage with you, girl? Like, that's like, she's an example of, but the thing is like that she's not the first person to say anything like this. I feel like people in regular life, they'd be like, yeah, girl, we not speaking, but why you invite me to your birthday party at Cheesecake Factory? Girl, because I want only the people that love and care for me to share this brown bread with. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I think that's the thing for me, is that you have to be accountable for the decisions that you make in relationship to relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just it. You have to sit in that shit. You do. There's people I see all the time and I'd be like, yeah, we not really on the best of terms. I don't hate them. I don't despise them. I don't wish them bad. But what's the point of us speaking, engaging, trying to do any sort of collaboration together just because it quote unquote not even makes sense? Like, I don't even know if that's the word, because it don't make sense. But if it's just like there's possibility there to get money together, like, why does Issa need, for example, why does Issa need to include you on something that, but it really just is like all boils down to you still want access to whatever this relationship enabled, but you're not in good relationship with them anymore. So why should you have access to whatever resources, benefits that you will get from it? And I feel the same exact way around a Cheesecake Factory invite to somebody's birthday party. Why should you benefit from this big ass menu and a possible red velvet cheesecake and a bevy at my party when you can take yourself there any time of day and do that yourself?
Folks are saying that it's kind of like giving Anne Viv, the first Anne Viv.
Yes.
And how when they did I'm talking about Fresh Prince for folks who don't have context.
Mm-hmm.
When they did the I think it was 2-3 years ago, they had a Fresh Prince reunion on like HBO or something, and Will Smith and the old and Viv had like a moment where, I don't know, apologies were made, where repair was done, basically. Kind of thinking, okay, maybe should that have been something that happened where Amanda and Issa could have found some sort of repair in that instance? Do you think that is the same thing?
I think so. The thing about repair is like, people have to be forthcoming about the mistakes on both ends. Like with the whole Aunt Viv and Will situation, Will also apologized to her and recognized that, like, yeah, I was a shit kid at the time and I didn't necessarily understand where you were coming from, and I was branching into my own adulthood. But repair has to come when both people can be accountable. And Amanda is not in a place of accountability. She's in a place of victimhood, for example. And when you're, and you know, that's, I don't know if that's her right, but when you're in a place like that, there's no repair that can happen, because you just want someone to take accountability for what you feel they should versus relationships are relationships. There's two people in it.
Yeah.
Like, there's something to react to. There's someone that said something. You can't act as if it's just someone did something to you. And I think that's the thing for me that I always sit with around like being accountable in relationships. And I was having this conversation yesterday, actually, is that you have to be willing to be accountable and be open to the possibility that you did something wrong. Yeah. And that doesn't mean you're a terrible person or you're not deserving of love, care, forgiveness, but it means that you have to recognize it. Like, repair, that's the only way to repair. And what do you think? Because that feels clear to me, but common sense ain't so common, you know? Like,
I think it's the idea of, I feel like in personal relationships, you know, I think that we can always take a step back and be like, if I don't want to be in space with you, I don't want to be in community with you, I don't really care for you anymore, you can kick rocks, blah, blah, blah. I think that it gets a little tricky when it's like a legacy situation, right? This is a show that, you know, that is iconic. Like you said, Insecure is a huge show in Black culture. For Black millennials especially, this is a huge part of who we are. We were on Twitter having those discourses, you know, after every episode. And so I think that because of that, people are like, okay, maybe it's a little bad that, you know, she's been excluded. However, there's an argument though that the crux of Insecure was Issa, Molly, and Lawrence.
Yeah.
So,
and
if Lawrence wasn't there, would I be like, where's Lawrence? If Molly wasn't there,
I'd be like, where's Molly?
Where's Molly, right?
Exactly.
And so I think that it is, I get it, but I also don't see the Tiffany character as a legacy character because Tiffany
Exactly.
barely had scenes, and I know that
Literally.
she had her things that was going on. Tiffany she felt more like a recurring character than she was even like
Yeah.
I don't know what her title was on the show, but it did not give that.
She
If you take
wasn't
away all the Tiffany scenes, the story will still go on without the
exactly.
hitch.
I don't know how high she was on the call sheet, you know?
Yes.
Like if I'm being honest, I think Natasha Rothwell is more of a cornerstone character than her because of her
Yes.
iconic moments and
Yes.
her comedic relief was used as
Yes.
a bridge and a lot of times for between Molly and Issa. And
Yes.
like yeah, they were the four, friends, da 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 da. But similarly to like her actual character on the show, she wasn't really that concerned with, and she wasn't in the plot because she had her other friends, she had her other shit going on. She was married, she had a kid, and da da da. And she did have the whole mental health storyline, but that's the core storyline that you can say about Amanda Seales' character in the series as a whole. Otherwise, it's Molly, Lawrence, and Issa.
Yeah. And Tiffany didn't have any iconic lines.
At all.
Kelly had growth. She had the Lee Daniels gay joke. She had
Literally.
the "oh, you're broke." Like,
Yeah, she was tased at Coachella. We remember all these things.
exactly. She was like, "Oh,
Yes.
my girl is thriving." When she saw Lawrence again, and she was like, "Yeah, she's thriving." And so it's
Yes.
like,
Growth is still it's part of our culture
yeah,
today. And those are her because a lot of that stuff I believe is like improvised too, that
yes,
she
apparently
developed.
she
So
ad libbed all those things, and so it's like, yeah, I'm like, I get it that maybe because it's a legacy show, but intrinsic are you in that legacy? I think
she just
that's the
wants to cash in.
question. You know what I'm saying? That is where we need to like interrogate and have an honest conversation about who are you, and also because your beef with this person was by proxy. You didn't really have beef with her.
At
You
all.
have beef with how she handled the situation involving someone else. And
Literally. And
so,
for her party. But it's
you
like
know,
at the end of the day, this was your boss, and you just said fuck you to your boss. Like, why do you expect to be invited? That's the thing. This is her shit. It is. You're not irreplaceable. And I think that's what Issa's trying to like subtly hint to. You're not irreplaceable. And if you were to be on the tour, you're a loose cannon. Like they don't know what they are gonna get from you.
yes.
And it's been proven not even just in this space, but when you was in Flowetry, like when you was like
On
a
the
whole
real, on,
the real. She cannot play well with others, and she
there,
can't
there,
fake it.
there are many instances of and I think that the idea is you were speaking out against, you were speaking, for Palestine and all these things. Like those are always your go-to reasons why you feel like everybody's, blacklisting you. But there are other people who,
That's not why.
you know what I'm saying? Like you have to admit that you're just not the most likable person, and that's okay. But stand in that truth. Stand in the truth
Because of yourself and the choices you made.
you know what I'm saying? And you've divested from celebrity. That's another thing, that people that say that, artists that say that, and it's a valid thing to do. It is valid to divest from celebrity, right? But if your politics says you're divesting from celebrity, don't expect celebrity rewards. Don't expect celebrity access. Don't expect celebrity things. And I think that's my issue with folks who say they're divesting from celebrity. Because you say one thing and you move in a way that doesn't show or doesn't give
Exactly.
divesting. Because why are you crying that you're not coming to a tour? Or an example of someone, there's an artist who has a book club. I don't know if she said the words divesting from celebrity yet, but she has moved in ways that has said that she is not down for the Hollywood entertainment industry machine.
You talking about
And
No
then,
Name, and like and no shade. Let's get into it though, because I love No Name, but then Another Recession Indicator, and I love this album. But why are we getting a telephone anniversary tour when you don't like to tour generally? For real, for real. Like, why are we getting a telephone anniversary tour? She just dropped a single with Drum, and the single is not like there is thought-provoking things, but it gives, I'm trying to be on mainstream radio again, recession indicators. Like, if that's, and no shade, we all are going through it, but you can't divest from celebrityism and then be like, yeah, so I got this tour, y'all want to come see me? Like, I love Telephone, I would love to go on the tour, but also you no name, like, love you dearly, but it seems like you made it clear that, like, that's not the trajectory that you want to go in anymore. So why are we making a U-turn? Money? Me thinks.
You see, this is why I think sometimes it is just your ego or your personality or who you are and not your politics.
Sometimes, a lot of times.
That's just me. And so you wanting so badly to be in these spaces doesn't make sense to me. And I think that's what all these people do. And I think that we need to start having honest conversation. If you're gonna, if these are your values, leave out your values and stand in your values, right? And I think that it feels like it's a performance at some point. Now, I'm just gonna be unkept and be in nature and, let my hair fly free, and be like a woke Dr. Umar or something. I don't know. I have 2 questions before we go to King lessons. First of all, have you ever been the one who didn't get an invite? How did I make you feel at the time?
Absolutely. I think, I'm very well aware of how I'm perceived, and intention does not always go through. Like, I think for myself, it's hard for me to fake it with people, and I shouldn't. And I think I'm also very transparent. I'm never rude, but I think ways that people can perceive me can often make them uncomfortable with how they can't see themselves at times. And that's not on me. Like, I know what's mine, I know what's other people's. So I definitely have, like, not been extended an invite. And also, did I feel bad about it? No, it just was information for me of where I was at with that person. And when I tell you, Harry, and I say this to everyone, the people that did not invite me, the people that maybe don't speak to me when they see me, I'm okay. And trust, I have so many other better things to do. And my time is booked busy. I want to talk my shit, but I'm not, because I just, that's not who I am. But I have things to do. I know that I'm important to the people that I'm important to, and that's more than enough for me. I have loved ones who call me, I have people who, deeply love me. I have community. I show up for my community. As long as they love me and I'm in right relationship with them, that's all that I give a fuck about. Not someone who didn't invite me because they can't be in right relationship with me because they can't be forthcoming and honest. That's not my problem. And I'm not going to lay down. And when I was younger, of course, like, it made me feel bad, but that's like what people do. I've learned this over my life, like, especially as someone who, have a single mom, dad still living. That was for him, not for the audience. And you can include that in the social media clip. I don't give a fuck. Actually, fuck them. I realize that what people do is a reflection of them. It's never a reflection of you. So I try not to internalize that at all. And it used to, like, I'm a Libra. I be caring about what people think, people pleasing, all this stuff. But on the road to decolonizing my people pleasing mind, I've been learning not to give a fuck. And also, babes, wherever I am is the hottest place to be.
Let them
always
know, talk your shit.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And wherever I am is the hottest place to be and where I should rightfully be. So I'm never disturbed, perturbed. I would love to know the reason why someone may not invite me so I know how to operate around them. But I never give a fuck. I actually don't. I might give a fuck internally for a hot second, be like, ooh, I didn't get invited to this. Well, babes, I can take myself out to this nice dinner that you went to by myself. I don't need a group birthday dinner to go to such and such. I don't. I'm not trying to flex, but I'll swipe that credit card quick. Have a glass of wine, split it with my homegirl. That's shit we do all the time, like, just because we want to. I don't need to do that with somebody's special birthday party invite, for example. So how do you feel about it?
Have you been someone who didn't extend an invite to someone? So it's like, oh, I don't fuck with this person. Yeah.
But I've made it clear. I feel like I'm the type of person I am. I pretty much make it known why we're not in right relationship. I do my due diligence to have a conversation if it's need be. Unless someone did some foul shit to me, it's like, you should fucking know. I don't need to have a conversation with you. Yeah. But generally, people know why they may not be invited. Yeah. And it's not always negative. Like, especially if, like, my home, I'm good for hosting a pregame. at my house, and I've had people be like, oh, can I invite such and such? And I'd be like, no. And it's not like a personal thing. It's just like, it's my home. This is where I live. This is where I create peace for myself. This is where my dog is, my child. And she is for everybody. So she's going to give you love. And that's an extension of me. And I don't need to extend that to everybody all willy-nilly. And that's not a diss or a bad thing. It's just like, I would love to get to know you outside of my home, you know? For example, what about you? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I've been the one who, I mean, if we're not in great relationship, I'm not going to invite you anywhere. Like, but I know sometimes I fall into the space of, I assume if I was going to be Issa Rae, I assume, and I'm never gonna lie, I probably would have invited Amanda Seales because, and I probably would have, not because I would have wanted to, but because I'd be like, okay, fine. Because I'm always thinking about what is the public perception, which is not always good, and I'm trying to unlearn that. But like, I'll probably be like, weigh the pros and cons of, okay, let's invite her. If we don't invite her, she's gonna go on a rant. She's gonna try and sabotage. Okay, let me have her closer so I can control that situation. But like you said, that's a ticking time bomb, right?
That's some Taurus shit. Very diplomatic of you.
Yeah, so
you're very diplomatic.
I'm trying to unlearn that, and there are people that I invite me places I don't want to be in community with necessarily, that I'm still in community with, not because I want to, but because I want peace to reign. I want, and so I'm trying to figure out how to, work that out in a way that is more authentic to who I am, and not give a fuck, because people are going to go, and I think learning that people are going to say what they want and do what they want regardless of is something that I have to like sit with a little bit more.
Yeah. And it makes you be like, shit, me too. Like, okay, you gonna do what you want? Me too. Like, yeah. And you can't be mad at someone making a decision for themselves. Especially but that's the thing. And I understand with my Taurians or whatever it's called, y'all want to do what y'all want to do, but then people turn around and be like, babes, I'm fully entitled to doing what I want to do with my space, with my being, with the people around me that I love and care about, who have chosen me and I've chosen them.
Yeah.
You don't have no right to claim over my space and me. And that's something people have, that's a human experience. People have to sit with that. And if you haven't sat with yourselves and sat with that, there's something to interrogate there. And that's no shade, but it's about growth.
It's all back to the show. Well, this was such great conversation. Yeah. I am so happy we're able to do this and that we're back and giving the people what they need.
Yeah.
Before we go, we're going to end with kin lessons. We really need to have a thing. We're going to have
kin lessons. We're going to come up with some sort of jingle for
We'll come up with jingles for our segments. But yeah, I think what I'm curious about is, in a situation where there's tension, how can we work through our issues and be in community with each other?
This is why I said I'm going to give it to the host. And I kind of already did. I work through our issues. I think similar to the topics that we talked about earlier, you must be in the space for repair and be willing to receive accountability, receive feedback and criticism in order to work through your issues in community. And also, it's okay to just coexist with someone and not to have bad blood and just be like, there's plenty of, as we are the gays, Black Pride is coming up. I hope to see you there, Harry. I think you will. I have some housing information that probably would be helpful to aid your mission there. But I go to dozens of parties with possible exes, ex-friends, and first of all, I don't have beef with nobody. And if you have beef with me, you beefing by yourself. There's only one person on this earth I might have tangible beef with. Two. I'm gonna say two. At most, that actually have done me dirty, impacted me, harmed me, I'm not beefing with you bitches. Never. Over what? A failed relationship? I just rather not speak. Failed friendship? I just rather not speak and keep it pushing. I don't wish you bad. I don't pray that you trip and fall and bust your ass in front of everybody at the party, but I can coexist with you. Just stay over there, I'll stay over here. And I think for me is we don't all have to be in right relationship, be able to speak, be able to fine tune your relationship in order to move through community, but have some values that don't lead to further messiness. Don't talk about me, I won't talk about you. What did Scissor's grandma say? What she said? You don't talk about me. She says a lot on Control. And shout out to Scissor's grandma. I think she's still with us. And shout out to Scissor. It's like, you don't talk bad about me. I ain't talk about you. I'm gonna find the quote, but that don't mean I have to treat you mean. That's what she said. It don't mean I have to treat you mean. I don't have to treat you mean. But that's the thing. In situations of tension, move through it so that community can just be. You don't need to rock community. You don't need to rock the table that everybody's sitting at because you beefing with such and such over what. If it's really beef, take it outside. Handle that street justice. No joking. But there's no beef that's like that great for me unless it's like harmful. Like, let's just move through. And if we can't move through, then like choose wisely where you want to be, who you want to be in relationship with, all of that. That's just what I say. There's no beef that's great enough to have me perturbed and mad.
Yeah.
Unless by two people that I named one on the podcast already, my dad, but not anyone, sperm donor. And let me not even give him that credit. It's not worth it to me. Life is too fucking short to be thinking about somebody else as I'm getting a little two-step at a function. I don't care.
Yeah. I think
what about you, Harry?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I feel like I like what you said about people have to be willing to want to repair. You got to be willing to want to fix the issue. And if you don't want to fix the issue, then there's no point. You know what I'm saying? And I think that to be in community doesn't mean that we have to be besties. It doesn't mean we have to be, it means that we just have mutual respect and love for each other. And we want the best for each other, but we don't have to be all up on each other. And I think that if there's tension, we can actually have a conversation about it. We're grown. We're not children anymore. We can have a convo about, this is the reason why I'm feeling this type of way. These are the boundaries that I'm going to enforce moving forward. And this is how I want to move with you, in this space. And I think I think that's a way that I will approach it. But I think that people like to say things half the time, but not actually move in the way that they speak.
Exactly.
And so, and also, like, if we're in movement spaces, for example, I think that we are very quick to. No, I think movement spaces are very quick to throw people away in a way that sometimes it doesn't make any sense
at all.
We center our feelings instead of reality sometimes. I'm like that. Your feelings are gonna be wrong. Our feelings are not always accurate, right?
They're not facts. Your feelings are not facts.
Feelings are not facts, and I think that happens a lot. I've been a victim of that before. People moving with their feelings, But someday we will get into that conversation. But you want to say
is
something?
that the title of the episode? Feelings are not facts.
Okay,
that's cute.
I'll add that to the list. But yeah, how you feeling? This is a great episode.
I feel good. To be honest, y'all, like, it's been rough scheduling because me and Harry's schedules have been like tag teaming. Like, it's really hard. But I think we do the show because it fills us up, and I feel like the reception that we've gotten from the show has been so amazing, and it's been great. And I feel good about after every episode, and I'm like, I come in maybe a little hungover, or I come in a little tired, or it's been a long week, because we typically film at the end of the week, and just because we got jobs and we're working people and have other commitments and loved ones pulling on us and all the things, but it's worth it to do this show because it means so much to us, and the reception we've gotten has been so positive, and we're gonna always look for our chosen kin. So I feel good.
Yeah.
And it always just feels like a nice touch point between you and I love that all the time.
Yeah, and I also feel like this show is testing and building the kinship that we're trying to have. And so when we say we are chosen kin, it's like we're now living it out in practice.
Yes.
And these values that we're talking about, from being in community and walking through tension and walking through supporting people in each other, which is what being in community together is. We are living that out as we do this podcast. And so
literally
the movement always pops out in everything that we do. It's crazy.
It's crazy. That's the place we come from, honestly. Our lineage.
It's crazy. But yeah, thanks y'all for staying with us. We know it's been a long episode, but we appreciate you staying till the end. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. It's Chosen Kin Pod. And you can send us your messages if you want us to react to something that happened in your life on the show, send it to chosenkidpod@gmail.com. Bia, how can
Or
they find
sliding them
you?
DMs.
Oh, slide in the
They
DMs. Yes,
can
slide in the
slide in the
DMs. Yeah.
DMs. You can find me at Bia Shay, BIASCHAE. I'm also tagged on Chosen Kin Pod on Instagram. And otherwise, don't find me in real life. Just find me on the internet.
Yes, yes. Yeah, thank you also for watching, and we will see you on the next
Where
one.
can they find you?
But
You
yeah,
didn't even say.
you can find me at Harry Etier, HARRYITIE. But yeah, see you on the next one, y'all.
See you on the
Bye.
next one, y'all. Bye.